só faz isso.
Hello, guys. A very good morning to you. How are you guys today? So, welcome to the Trading Cage. This is where we beat the gold. So, today in our live, we are going to have a look at what has been happening to our gold since yesterday. And then we're going to map this price and see what might happen today. Okay. So, first of all, sorry about my voice. My voice is a bit weird. Not so good today. It's a bit it's a bit out. I think I might get a flu really soon. Let me just take a bit of these indicators out. I haven't made any analysis today, so we'll start our analysis fresh. Just 1 second. Right. So yesterday we had mapped that this price was going to come down and grab that liquidity down below because the price needed it, right? There was no point of it trying to go up without actually grabbing all that inefficiency that was left on the daily chart. And so it did. It went right down to grab all that liquidity, all that inefficiency, and jumped right back up. It's quite funny how the chart will actually let you know what it needs to do to continue on its way. And once you start realizing all the obligations of the price, it actually makes a lot of sense when you're looking at your chart and when you're looking at the movement that a certain currency or a certain asset that you're trading is moving. So let me put this mic closer. And there we go. Let's have a look at our daily chart for now, just so we can see exactly what happened. So candle 26 came down throughout the night, cleared all that inefficiency, also touched here our support once again that we had mapped for the last couple of days. We will take this arrow out. This one's still there, which is our trigger candle, and this is our relevant stopping point. It's still in the same region. So we're going to leave both of these in there still. And then we are going to see exactly how these will play out. At the moment, we are above that 50%, okay? And we are also inside of this trigger candle here in the daily chart, which is a relevant stopping point, which means that these should be support for the price right now. We'll leave these this arrow here just indicating that bottom part of the trigger candle. So when we go down into lower time frames, we will try to see if that has actually worked as support for the price, or if that trigger candle wasn't really important. Okay. So at the moment, what we are waiting for is most likely, okay, we know that the market works in between high, low, and 50%. So at the moment, we have this feeble here, which we are above its 50%. And we also have this one here, which is that minimal there, where, let me put it in the right place, is this high, this low, and this 50%. And we are also above that, which means that if the price keeps above this 50%, it is above candles 25, 50% as well, which means that we should be waiting for this price to come around that 50% region today. We are kind of close to it, but we're still about 10,000 points from it, I believe. Let's have a look how many points we have. Yeah, we're about 10,000 points, about 9,000 points in there to go, which should be plenty for us to be able to get a good take here on our day. So that's pretty much it. There's no other relevant stopping point at the moment. We are above the trigger candle. This is we want to see if that has acted as support for the price. Let's have a look at lower time frames now. So here on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that price um, has come through to this trigger candle 79 that it has been holding that price for a while. Also, we can see that the arrow that we put below that trigger candle on the daily, it actually has worked as support for the price and also worked as a resistance here, and then its support here again. So this is very good, so that we know that that trigger candle is actually working as support. We came back to exactly the same region yesterday that gave us quite a bit of a headache, actually. Yesterday was a day that the market played around quite a little bit. We did manage to get a good take out of it all during our live, but for the rest of the day, it did play around quite a bit. So it was a very difficult day. It would give us buys and then it would come and go the other way around, making it quite difficult for us to get into certain trades. So we have got this trigger candle here, 79, which is the one holding the price at the moment. We are going to leave this arrow there. We also got triggers to the left hand side, and this is also that same region in here. Look at that. So it's all in the same region of extreme resistance. If price does break through that resistance there, we should be looking now at a price going up. Okay, so if it does break through, we want to see some sort of a pullback, so we can get a good entry point, um, so we can hide our stop. Okay, because the stop right now is really, really big. So let's hope to get a better entry point for our stop. Oh, I did made these arrows on the 1 hour, and then they look too stretched out. But you get the point of what we would try to do. Leave it there for now. We have some sort of a short trend line going up, but that will be on a lower time frame, not right now. Amplitude of this correction is actually, let's see what the amplitude is. So this is the amplitude of the correction. So if we were to double that out, we would be pretty much looking at this price coming back around here somewhere if it continues on its way up. Okay, all right. So all we got to do is wait for a change of structure, so we can see where this price might be taking us. Let me take that out. It hasn't been able to break through that trigger candle 79. So it felt that region once again, and we do have a lot of contracts in that region there. I'm going to change that color very soon. I'll just wait while I'm here to map this thing out. We do have inefficiency here in this region, which is support once again. Okay, this is a very good support. And then we got inefficiency down below. All right, so this is pretty good. Let me just change that color to green. This is the stops of everybody who sold. Once price breaks through that, the next thing that could stop that price is the trigger candle 71, which is exactly at our 50%. Okay, so we will wait for that. We just put this green here, pale green, light green. So this is buying lots offers. That's right there. Let's see if price will want to grab it. Let's go down to our oh shoot, I put a buy here by accident, sorry. $192, that's not bad. I wanted you to click on something else. That was lucky. I hit a buy now on a going on a bullish movement. All right, so we do have this trend line going up here. We can actually do it on the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we can get it going. So we have got that trend line there. Cool. So we are still working through that. We can see that price is doing lower highs, high highs, and lower highs, okay? Which is very good. It means that it's changing the structure in the 1 minute. On the 15 minutes, we are still to change that structure because we have not broken through that maximum high of candle 72 yet. Okay, so to make sure that we are actually wanting to buy, we do need this price to go above candle 72, breaking through that structure and then making higher lows. All right, at the moment, we haven't gone past that point yet. We have managed to make higher highs and higher lows as this pullback here, but we still need to break through that point to say, for the chart to say that we are actually changing the structure of price. All right, so what else have we got? We are above this 50% of this last movement. Let me put this one here. So that's our 50% of the movement. Cool. And then we have other fibos. So we've got this 50 here and this 50 here. So we are right in between support and resistance here. You can see where these trigger candles are right there holding that price on the 1 hour chart. This was a trigger candle right there. Okay, so that's a very good target for us. and then we have this resistance right above. So we've got to wait for price to break through that resistance and then show us that it will come to at least hit that target price at that 50%, which is 5,000. And then at 5,000, I wouldn't go any longer than that, simply because at 5,000, we are going to get a correction on that price. People always ask, how do you know you're going to get a correction at 5,000? You are, because big players, they do not operate the same way that we do. Okay, they don't trade by looking at candles, they trade by looking at price. And round numbers are always the regions where they will stop the price, and then they'll look. You're gonna get good resistance and good supports at those regions. Let's say, just so you know, at the moment, price is trying to break through 4,900, and this is a very strong resistance point. So you get exactly what I'm talking about. 4900, look at this. Can't break through, can't break through, can't break through. We've got support, 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 resistance, 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 all around those round numbers, okay? So if price breaks through, get here around 4910 and then makes a pullback or something, we could easily be on our way to the 500, the 5,000s. All right. I don't know if you guys actually paid attention to those round numbers before, but it's really good to know that. I don't want to be buying just before we hit a round number. I'll wait for it to break through, then test back, show me that we have support, and then we'll continue on our trade. All right, so this is it for the 15 minutes. We have our short in the 1 minute. There's nothing much here on the 15 minutes for now. We have mapped all our support and resistances. Let's have a look at our 5-minute chart. On our 5-minute chart, we have got pretty much same thing. We are above 50%. We can see that this 50% has worked as support for the price right here. So let's wait to see if price will actually manage to break through that 489, or if it's going to have to come down and grab a bit more liquidity before it continue on its way up. Okay, we've got quite a bit of stops in here. Price is a bit consolidated in that region, so it might be coming down to grab some more liquidity to try to break through. Now, if it doesn't break through, because everything shows us right now that price might be on its way up. So if it doesn't, let's look at options of shorting the market. Okay. For me to be shorting this market at the moment, I'm going to make a Fibo here on my 15 minutes. Let me actually change this chart here to the 15 minutes so you can see it. What I want to do is get this Fibo here. And then we're going to stretch it out, see where is that 50%. Sorry, guys. So for me to short these market, I would want to see it losing this 50% first. I wouldn't just short it right there where it is. I would want it to lose, to break through that 50 and get inside of these trigger candles here, showing me that it will need more liquidity down below. The issue I have got here is that we have got the support. Is this the support one or is that? Yeah, this is the support. That's the minimum of that trigger candle on the 1 hour, on the daily, sorry. So we do have support here, which might hold that price coming down. As we can see, price tried to break through the 4900, now gets very big pressure from sellers since price hasn't been able to break through that 4900 once again. So price needs to come down, grab more liquidity to try to go up. Okay, we had marked that up on the 5 minutes, that liquidity there, it just grabbed it. Let's see if it goes back up. Gonna leave this one here, and then I'll take these other people out. Let's see now. We are at this 50%, but price can still come down lower because this 50% would be stronger than this one. This is just the 50 of this movement. So, price is just consolidating in there, and then right now it's just coming to grab liquidity down below. We don't want to be buying before price actually breaks through that 500 unless it does a three candle pattern here. Then if it finds support in the 50 here or in the 50 there and shows us a pattern of three candles here, three candle pattern, we can actually buy, and then we would aim to take our take below that 4900. Throat is really, really bad today. I hope I don't get a real bad flu. Otherwise, on Monday, I'll be talking to you guys like, hello, guys. Let me see if this helps me out. Some drops. All right. So, price on the 5 minutes there is just on the region of the 50%. We also have support around here. Okay. Um, so that might stop the price. Let's see what candle 162 does. If it rejects that that 50%, we could be looking at a possible three candle pattern um, on the candle 163, but not at the moment. I do think that this price might break through though, that region there, and then it will look for that 50%, simply because it has broken through everything else that it could and that it should on the higher time frames. So if we have a look here on the 1 hour, let's see if there's anything around that 490. Yeah, all we got around this region of the 49, the 4900, is all these triggers to the left here, where that price served as a support here as well, and then here as well. So now it's all resistance, and this is why the price is finding so difficult to break through. We don't have a lot of inefficiency here for the price to grab. The only one we have left is here on candle 72 and a little bit of candle 73. But it's not a hell of a lot of offer here on candle 73. It's more on candle 72. But price could accelerate in this region and go straight into the 500s and that trigger candle 71 there. So that could happen quite quickly once price breaks through this 490. That's a bit of inefficiency there. All right. So 162, we can see here on the 1 minute, price is once again consolidating. So candle 162 hasn't continued its way down. So we will wait a little bit more. Let's see if it will reject that 50% and the support to the left. A lot of people say, Tiago, why do you say that the market works in between high lows and 50%? We trade every day using the same technique. And you guys have seen for the last 4 weeks that we have been together here on YouTube, that it actually works, okay? So all we use on our Fibos is those regions, which is high, low, and 50%. And you see that 50% is a region of equality of price. So the price will find price stability always around the 50%, and then it will go in and get price imbalance, which will go to the next region. We like to trade on the price imbalance. So when it's on a price stability zone, it's pretty much, we got people selling, we got people buying, prices just there consolidating. Once we get into a region of price imbalance, we will see price actually moving, and that's when we want to be trading, okay? That's when we make most money. So we're always looking into those regions. Now, candle 810 came down, just touched that trigger candle 146. And it got a bit of pressure from buyers in this region. So it just stopped everybody that bought here that thought that price wouldn't go down anymore. And then it got a very big pressure from buyers. But it's not going to give us a 3 candle pattern, is it? 2 seconds to go. It did. Let's see if candle 163 tests down. It has to test down once again. We can't buy without it testing. We've got 800 points of stop. Isn't it going to test? Come on, 163, test down. Yeah, there we go. Test more. Go down a bit more. I'm going to put a buy trade 3 candle pattern here on the 5 minutes. Let's see if price will come back up. We are on the trade. A good target region would be around here. Trigger candle 159. But let's see if it actually comes back up. My stop's down below. Once it hits 400 points, I'll put it on break even. It is about 400 points at the moment. Come on, buddy. We've got 40 points to go before I will protect this trade. On 1 minute here, we got resistance to the left. This is why it's taking a bit long. It just hit that trigger candle 801. So this might be why candle 812 is holding on to that price in there. One of the rules of the three candle pattern is that the target region, first one would be, oh shoot, that's a big push. First one would be the maximum high of the first candle of the pattern, and the second target would be 50%. Third target would be the maximum high of the movement. So let's wait. I'm not going to protect just yet. Price has tested support once again. Let's see if candle 813 breaks through candle 812. If it doesn't close above that candle 812's high, I'm going to protect my price at break even because we're getting a lot of pressure from sellers at the moment. So I'll be here at break even, so I don't lose on this trade. A lot of pressure from sellers at this point. So it's better to protect than to be caught guards down. Simple reason is candle 55 on the 15 minutes had just touched the trigger candle 53, which is a resistance for the price as the price goes up. Now we do have a lot of inefficiency here on the 15 minutes. So price could come and grab that inefficiency quite easy. Okay, as it has come to grab that liquidity below, it could just come and clear that out. We are protected on our trade, so I'm not going to take it out. We have pretty much hit our first target for the three candle pattern, which is the maximum of the candle to the left. We're still getting pressure from sellers at this point, but candle 814 did close above candle 813's high, so that's a good sign. But price is in a region where it's having to fight for it. And it's okay if price comes and takes us out. It's totally fine, okay? We are before the opening of the American market. As I say every day, we do like to make some small trades, get a little bit of money there, just so we can play around. We can play around with bigger targets during the opening of the American market. So we make some small scalps, so we have margin to take some better trades on later on. Candle 163 closed above candle 162. Let's see if candle 164 breaks through 163 high. If you guys have got any question, don't hesitate to write down on the chat, okay? And I'll do my best to answer all of you. Price is stuck in that region. It could go either way right now. As we can see, price didn't manage to close above the candle to the left on candle 816 and candle 817, which means there's a big fight between buyers and sellers in there in that region. So most likely it will come and take us out of that trade. Unless it finds support in somewhere in between our protection. Let's see if candle 819 will go now. There we go, broke through, which means we get good aggression from buyers. Now we want to see this price closing above candle 814 high on the 1 minute. Okay, there we go. That's very good. Price is going our way. Just touch that trigger candle 159. Let's see if it's gonna hit our target. That trigger candle might hold that price. Okay, but we got good pressure from buyers at the moment. What I'll actually do, I'll try something else here because we know that this price one should break through that region. So what I'll do is I'll take a partial out right now, which I'll take half of my hand out, and then I'll leave the rest of the trade in there. So market execution. So what I'll do, oh shoot, came back the whole thing. That's not good. That should take the partial out at that maximum high, not down there. Let's see if price goes back up. If it comes around to that trigger candle, what I'll do is I'll take half of my lots out. I actually take 1.5 out, and then I'll leave, oh no, it just allows me to take one. And then I would leave half of my hand just playing around in that region. If it comes and takes me out, that's totally fine. It's okay, I can live with it. But if it does break through, it would mean that we could be looking at this price on that 5,000 region up the top. On the MetaTrader it's a bit harder to take partials out. It's not like on other platforms that I use. So it takes a bit of time sometimes it plays around like this. So price not going up at the moment. Gonna test down looking for support. Let's see if it managed to go back. If it doesn't, I'll put $500 in my pocket. And then I'll call it for now and wait for better movement. Candle 165 has tested down. Now it's trying to come back up, but it's touching the trigger candle 820 in this region here. So we still have got pressure from buyers at the moment. We are above the trigger candle 53 at the 15 minutes. We are above 50% of candle 54. So all we're doing is waiting and waiting for the market to move. Hey Arthur, how are you, brother? Good to have you here. Let's see if candle 823 will break through candle 820. If it doesn't, and if it comes below, I'm gonna put $500 on my pocket and I'll be happy with that. Candle 823 did close above candle 820. So again, big pressure from buyers. Let's see if we'll manage to renew that candle 820 is high. That is a trigger candle, which is a relevant stopping point for the price. Let's see. The candle 824 will close above 820. No big pressure. Oh, I didn't close the whole trade. I was supposed to take me. Oh, okay. I thought I had two lots in there. I had only one. I was supposed to take half of it out. Sorry, my bad, guys. I was supposed to take a partial out here and then have half of my hand to continue once it broke through. But I ended up actually taking the whole hand out. That's why when I tried to put 1.5, it wouldn't let me. So my mistake. And it's all good. I ended up putting, um, I think it was about 1300 in my pocket. So that's all right for now. Quite happy with that result. Oh, now price is going to go without me, unfortunately, due to my small mistake. But I would not buy in that region right now, okay? We bought in the right place. So it would be good to hold it until about here. Taking that partial where I took was the right place to take that partial, which is great. Was just the region, maximum high region of candle 55 here on the 15 minutes. I'm very good, sir. How are you? All right, so we got candle 166 once again getting to that region where we have a lot of sellers, okay, in that region there. So price is just around there. Let's wait for it. Being a trader is boring sometimes, you know, price doesn't move as quick as we want it to move. That's just part of the deal. As we always say, patience pays the trader. Here on the 1 minute, we can actually see that candle 827 just hit the trigger candle uh, in there, the 790 and 789. So we're just waiting for that at the moment. Let's see if it's going to break through. Looks like if it's got enough liquidity now. This is a very strong resistance region. So price will have to fight a little bit to get into that liquidity up above. There we go. Candle 828 hasn't managed to break through. Has made a small pullback. Candle 829 is trying once again. Let's see if now it has enough force to break through. Now I feel really bad about my mistake because I just left 600 points on the table. It happens to everybody, even to the most experienced of us. It's really funny when I get some students that say, "Oh, but I got out of that trade, and then all of a sudden the trade went my way." How do you react when that happens to you? And I always say I react exactly the same as you, mate. I look at it and go, damn. But it's all good. I know that there'll always be another trade. I just don't let it get to me. That's all. Big pressure from sellers once again. Candle 166 closed around its 50% region, showing us that maybe price will have to come down a little bit below. But one thing here on candle 829 is that it already closed above and inside of that trigger candle 789. So, which means that price should be able to get into the maximum high of today. But saying it should doesn't mean that it will. But by the context that is happening right now, um, I'm still waiting for that price around that region. Just having a look at what's happening to the Brazilian market. A bit stuck at the moment. Brazilian real against dollar. It's a bit consolidated on the 15 minutes, and the EBOV is also a bit stuck down below. So nothing to do there either for the moment. Okay, so we're getting once again rejection at the same point. Market is not doesn't have enough liquidity to break through that region of the 4900. Let's see if something will change or if price will have to come back lower now to grab more liquidity down below. So we know that price tried to break through here, okay, on the 5 minutes. Tried to break through here, had to come down below to grab that liquidity, then tried to break through this trigger candle, couldn't do, came back to support, then broke through once again, use these region here as support now, these trigger candle 1 2 3 1 2 4, managed to break above candle 116 and break through trigger candles, got into the high region here, couldn't break through, came down lower on the 50%, grabbed all the liquidity and the stops for these guys that bought in these region. Now it's fighting to go through that maximum high again. So if price doesn't manage to break through that, it's gonna have to come down probably to these region here to grab this inefficiency and this liquidity here to try to break through once again. Issues with that is that if it breaks the short that we have here on the 5 minutes, if we breaks through that short, that trend line, um, it might, influence more people to liquidate the positions, which means that price could actually come down until about down here. So this is something for us to keep an eye out for, just in case, because it does might happen. Let's see if 167 will reject that maximum high, or if it's gonna go through. Oh, bugger. Okay, I was waiting for a movement here, but price did not test. It just went. So couldn't get into that trade either. And it is gonna pay. Just paid my target. Oh man, these markets, when it's stuck and then all of a sudden it moves at once, then it doesn't allow you to get into the trade. It's unbelievable. All right. So candle 836, coming back to our gold. Um, candle 836 just came back inside of the structure. It is consolidating at the 1 minute. So we might be looking at a pullback now below for the price to come and grab a little bit more liquidity to try to continue on its way up. Price could correct until at the moment, until this region here. Another thing that it's doing every time people sell around these regions, it puts more stops around these high here, which means that if price actually managed to break through the actual high of candle 85 here, we are going to see a very, very big candle appearing very, very quick, because it will grab this liquidity and will probably jump up quite high, okay? we could be looking at a candle easily of 2,000 points in that region. Because once it comes and grabs this liquidity here, it will also get into this inefficiency up the top and this liquidity here on top of candle 215, and you could see like a major candle in this region. Price has been trying to break through since yesterday, so we got 2 days worth of stops in that region, so it's quite a lot of stops, but sellers are protecting it really well at this stage. So guys, let me just leave. We got 3 minutes to go in our live. We actually managed to take a very good take in here. We bought at this three candle pattern here, and I took it until just after that trigger candle, and then I clicked the button. I put the wrong lots in my partial, and it took me out. But it was a good trade. We still managed to make 1,300 bucks out of it. So what might happen here? I'll just leave you this feedback because I know that everybody's going to be trading close to the American market opening. I wouldn't short the market here just yet, okay? Don't short it here, simply because it could just come and grab a bit of liquidity down below in this 50% region here, and then make a pullback to the high. And I wouldn't buy around here either. If price does come back down below to the support zone here, then I could be looking at a buy if I see a three candle pattern, okay? I could buy from here and carry on this pricing to the high again, into that same region, take a partial out around here, and then see if price continues. We are getting a bit of volatility here on the 1 minute as we get close to 10 o'clock. This happens every day. The other thing is, oh, there you go. It looks like it's going to break through now. We might see it actually breaking through live. So shorting, if it comes down below that 50%, I would look into shorts, okay? Shorting the market. If it does start breaking through these lows, there is a lot of liquidity down below, but I am still a buyer on this market, okay? Target price at the moment is the 5,000. So 4,990 would be a good target. Don't try to stretch it out too much because you have that those trigger candles below in there. So 4,990 is it's a really good target region for you. If price breaks through, okay? Oh, there we go. It's breaking through now. We're gonna see a huge candle if it grabs all that liquidity. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, and what did I say about 2,000 points? It did more than 1,000. Man, it's really awesome when we know exactly what's going to happen to the market. We got 1,700 points out of that candle there. Cool, guys. I do have to go. I've got to go and open our Zoom meeting for our students that trade together with me during the American opening. So it's been very great to be here with you guys again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this content with your friends, share our channel with your friends as well. And I hope that you have been enjoying our analysis of the gold every single morning. We will be here back on Monday if God provides for us to be here. And it's been an amazing week for us, and it's also been a dream to be part of this project together with you guys. We got over 3,000, oh, over 2,500 points on that candle now. Unfortunately, we are out of that trade by mistake. But it's so good. At least we know exactly what's happening to our price. Thank you very much. This is the trading cage where we beat the gold, and I will see you next week. I'll catch you Monday. See ya.